everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry again for a bunch of huge delays again. As you can see, we're in a new venue. Gear's been changing a little bit, life's happened. We're moving through that though. Shooting a bunch of videos today as I did last time. We're going to try to get this back on track, and I want to try to get a regular schedule of stuff coming out. A lot of conflicts in the way. For those of you that know me personally, you know where all that's been. But anyways, not a big deal. One thing I wanted to start the channel back off with is something that I've seen happening a lot recently, going to parties, clubs, hanging out with people and talking about spirits in general, and just stuff I've kind of experienced over time. And one thing I've wanted to address for quite a while is tequila. And for some reason, out of every other spirit that I've ever encountered at parties, this is the one that garnishes the bad name, the bad rep. People don't want to drink it at all, and if they do, they think that the whole world's going to come crashing down because they started drinking tequila. I just wanted to clarify some things with it and talk about it and try to open up people's perspective into what is really actually a great spirit. To start things off, this is the first indigenous North American spirit. Yes, whiskey's been made and stuff like that, but for instance, this predates into when the Spaniards crossed over. This was actually produced by the Aztecs, but the Spaniards were the ones that really kind of refined it into tequila for what it's known today. And to go into it a little bit, it's made with a type of cactus plant called agave, and everybody's seen the 100% agave written on the front of tequilas and stuff like that. And that's one thing to look for. By definition, tequila has to be made with 100% agave. So you can see it on here, you can see it on this bottle of Sauza Hornitos, and you can also see it on the bottle of Milagro. And that's one thing people have to look for, because there's actually a lot of wannabes in the business, I guess is the best way to explain it, and they're not truly the same product. It's same as whiskey in America. It might say it's bourbon, but it's actually probably a bourbon liqueur. It might be made with bourbon, but it's not a true spirit. One way to explain this is, and it's the most common tequila that most people drink, and that's Jose Cuervo. It was the first name in the business. It was the first family to be given the rights to produce and distill tequila. It's been here for a long time. But it's not true tequila, actually, by definition. Jose Cuervo Gold is actually 51% tequila, and the other 49% is typically going to be corn alcohol. So it's actually almost a grain alcohol to an extent. So it actually starts getting into the whiskey category a little bit. Whereas a true tequila is going to be 100% that cactus ground down, fermented, and then distilled. So you need to start looking into things like that, whereas you might experience Jose Cuervo Gold when it's not really anything at all like these products. It's a completely different animal. So if you judge all tequilas based on one that really isn't, you can see where the misconceptions lie a lot with people. And I'm not saying that tequila is for everyone. I clearly wasn't a tequila person when I first started drinking, because I had bad experiences with cheaper tequilas, and tequilas people said, oh, these are great, and I didn't like the flavor at all. To jump into it a little bit, I've reviewed Peligroso, and if you haven't seen that review, I reviewed this and its brother, the cinnamon tequila liqueur, over here. Go check that out if you haven't. But anyways, this is a $35 bottle of tequila, and before this I was a big Don Julio drinker. And this to me is every bit as good as Don Julio, but it's cheaper. So why spend more for something that's less and is just as good, in my opinion? So venture out, take chances, go look around, and see what you like. To bring it up next, here's the next lineup in tequila. So starting off, by the way, these two are called silvers, or blancos, or whites. Basically, these are tequilas that as soon as they're run off the still, they're done, they get bottled, they get shipped off. And the big thing with that is it's unaged. This is when you start bringing age into the equation. This is Sauza Hornitos Reposado. What a reposado means is anywhere from 2 months to a full year, these guys are sitting in oak barrels, aging, getting the color and the taste from whatever wood they're aging in. Typically it's an oak barrel. And at that point, they're pulled out, and then they're bottled up and shipped off. Now, these can be blended though, so you might have characteristics of a 1-year age with something that's aged about 2 months. These are blended to create a consistent product, so if I get a bottle of this, finish this bottle, and I go to another bottle, I won't notice a difference. Your whiskey business does this, your bourbon businesses do this. Any aged product that's blended, wines, That's pretty much what they're doing, is so that everything's consistent. So you don't have something that's aged really long and its flavor characteristics. There might be something from a younger tequila that they want to put into this to incorporate as well. The last two tequilas I don't currently have in stock at the moment, and that is going to be your Añejo and your Extra Añejo. An Añejo is anything from 1 to 3 years, so there's a bottom end and a top end of their aging, so it has to be somewhere in between there. And then you have your Extra Añejo, which is 3 years and up. There is no limit. There's probably Añejos that have been aging since that limit was created, or the endless limit, I should say, till now. Who knows when they'll pull those barrels? There's really not a stopping point for those. So you're going to probably see your stuff like your scotches where it's aged an incredibly long time. But I don't have those offhand because I haven't really found one that I can pinpoint and say, I really like that. The closest one I've found that I liked is Don Julio has an Añejo, and it's good, but it's not good to the point where I say, I really want to get that bottle, I really want to have that at parties, I really want to make drinks with it. It's good, but I'd rather buy the bottle of Don Julio Blanco because to me it tastes better, and I can use it more and I enjoy it more. And that's the thing that people need to realize and find is money doesn't always buy the greatest product. For instance, Patron to me is really not good at all. I would actually choose Jose Cuervo over Patron, and that to me says something. And then you also have to look at when you spend more money, you're usually getting a better product, but not always. And then that also goes for your bottom end. Jose Cuervo is an extremely cheap product. So if you get an extremely cheap product, don't expect premium results. So the moral of the story I want to bring up is tequila isn't always this bad drink. You got to go do your own research. You got to be willing, like Mr. Rizzle, to take chances, make mistakes. There's liquors that you're going to like, there's liquors that you're not going to like. There's spirit categories you might not enjoy. Tequila might not be your thing, but don't give it the shot, oh, Jose Cuervo, or oh, tequila, I get really hammered off, I get aggressive and I punch people, or, I get really angry when I drink it. I hate hearing those misconceptions because usually tequila's got the bad rep of, once shots of tequila come out, you end up being stupider, and it's usually not the case. It's usually whatever attitude you go into with drinking is usually the attitude you're going to get out and amplified as you continue drinking. So if you say, oh, tequila makes me angry, or tequila makes me do stupid stuff, you're probably doing stupid stuff before. The fact you have that drink in your hand, now it's just going to amplify. The drink isn't making you, dance on top of a table like a fool and crack your head on the ground. Tequila isn't going to make you go out and punch people. And you don't go to Subway and have a chicken teriyaki and then go out and decide to go punch your roommate or something. So don't give it the bad rep that it's had. Go out, please try some of the products. If you want to be interested in these guys are everywhere now. Pelagrosa is really dominating the market in a couple places here now. These two have been around for years. You'll probably find this at more of your premium establishments, but it's definitely around. Give tequilas a chance. They're great spirits. They're truly a North American spirit, which is really cool to consider. And there's a huge wide variety in the bouquet of you can go from this to that. And I don't even have enough time to discuss every avenue tequila's gone. But the biggest thing to take away is try it, don't give it a bad rep, be a little open-minded with it, and try to enjoy it. And you might not enjoy it, but at least give it a shot. Go back to when you were a kid and, oh, I don't like peas because they look dumb, or you don't like broccoli, and then you eat broccoli and, oh wow, it's actually pretty tasty. So give them a chance, have some fun with them, enjoy the drinks, enjoy the cocktails they make, and go from there and discover what you like, because that's really all that matters when you drink anyways. If you like Jose Cuervo, cool. You're way cheaper than my stuff. This is $35 a bottle. Jose Cuervo you can get for about $12 a bottle. You're doing better off than I am to enjoy a spirit. So thanks for watching. Hopefully that clears up some stuff. Hopefully you guys will stick around for the videos. There's a bunch of cool stuff I've got planned like last time. I want to try to go into some more spirit reviews. I'm going to start doing some drink recipes too. Get those out because a lot of people enjoyed the French 95 video. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying all this. Stick tuned. You're going to have a bunch of stuff drop here every now and then because I want to get this going. So thanks again and enjoy.